So after getting a little coffee, I may have made a fatal mistake. I've got these moose prime rib steaks. Some of them are still a little frozen, hence the discoloration, but we're going to cook them up. I've got 2 frying pans going here with some pork fat that I saved off of roast, like the fat that was in the pan after it cooled. We're gonna brown them, stick them in there. Rowan, no more treats for the dog.
Okay.
Stick them in there, bake them in the oven. I got potatoes in the oven. And then we're also, because we got lots of eggs, we're gonna make this gluten-free angel food cake. From this book, I have all 3 of her books. We love them, use them all the time. Angel food cake feels scary. Gluten-free angel food cake feels more scary. It's actually not that complicated. Simpler than it seems. And it's a fairly low sugar cake and uses only a little bit of flour too, which when you're making gluten-free, flour is so expensive. So expensive. So, add in the fact that we're swimming in eggs. It's a winner. There is powdered sugar and granulated sugar, or you wanted to get in here? Yeah. And the granulated sugar is supposed to be slowly mixed into the egg whites as they're beating, and the powdered sugar is in the gluten-free flour blend, and I put them both into the gluten-free flour blend. So,
what's gonna happen?
I don't know what's gonna happen.
Okay.
We're gonna say a prayer that this turns out. That's what we're gonna do.
It won't explode.
It won't explode, it might just collapse.
You know, if it explodes, that would be really cool.
I do not need an exploding cake. If it explodes, you can clean the oven.
What?
Well, you're thinking it's cool.
That would be awful.
I know it would be awful. That's where a cake would explode, in the oven, not out here.
I was thinking like,
I was thinking it's just you're making it and boom.
No, it's not going to explode while I'm mixing it. It would explode while it was baking.
okay then.
Like what happens if you put too much baking soda or something?
No, not that sort of explosion. Also, I don't have an angel food cake pan. I use a bundt pan, or I just use a casserole dish. It works just fine. And then in the stage where you flip it upside down, just take a muffin pan and put it upside down, and then put your casserole dish with the angel food cake upside down on it. Unitaskers are annoying. So, unitaskers, so like a cake pan that you only use to bake angel food cake.
What?
That feels ridiculous.
That's ridiculous.
Leave it on.
For one. Oh, we better check my toe. I haven't done anything to it in like a week.
I baked bread and buns today, but here we go. It so far looks good, so fingers crossed. Rowan put it back.
I'm using the egg. This is orange.
Doing anything tonight?
Mac was getting anxious to milk, so he came out on his own. Really did not feel like getting up off the couch after dinner, but it's been out here long. I should probably not come out before he protests and come inside. Oh, and he only got his cow in.
Well, I can't get yours. She doesn't listen to me.
Where's your milk bucket? Oh, you got it there.
You brought your milk bucket?
Hi, Freya's coming with the goat bucket. Max swore he could fit through the stanchion. Oh, you made it!
You try.
You try? Well, you're smaller.
I'm just brushing down your run. You can brush around right here. Okay, good.
So we just came to milk, and I just brushed most of it off when I was brushing. But see that clear, it looks like raw egg white. That means she's in standing heat, and we...
Is this my class?
Yes, Frey. No, we're not gonna bring her to a bull, but we'll see if Uncle Jeremy can come and AI her. We are having troubles narrowing down her heats because she kind of has shown a few different heats, but it's now been 21 days since I saw it last. And last time I was like, wait, why do you have mucus now? This is totally wrong timing, but it's now been 21 days since then. So maybe we are in the right timing. So we aren't milking Delilah this morning, and it's so funny helping Hamish with Clover because she's so small. Now I'm used to the giant cow, and she's so small. Because Delilah is 4'10" at her back, so she's probably about here.
Where should I put the cloth? Clean her, Mom.
We don't have to milk her, so we don't have to clean her.
It's up there.
We'll have our work cut out for us tonight, though.
Remember to steal this.
Yes, thank you, Freya.
You're on, find milk. Wait, are you drying it?
Yeah, give her a quick dry off.
One last quarter. Yeah,
Cool.
this part's a little muddy. I'll fold the mud part up. Just
With-
do it too.
You saw Jessa do it too? The cow's got a new bale, and it looks like someone, yeah, had a little wet one there. Yikes.
Yeah, I saw just to do outside.
So Mac was on Amos duty while Marius was making breakfast, but apparently Mac did not want to stay inside.
Mac, look it. The only thing is I got the better side. Let's see who's go.
We need to make it frustrating. Are you gonna milk, Rowan? Oh, you gotta take the bucket away. You can't leave the milk bucket there because she'll kick it.
Yeah, when you're milking, you can do. Why I can know this?
So the other thing is, see how it's like she's got some mud here and right there too? That is kind of a good sign that someone was trying to ride her, which is another sign of them being in heat, like standing heat, because yeah. So I think it's looking like we're gonna get her AI today. So to remedy them not rattling it loose if they get upset, Marius did this so that we can lock it in place. There you go, cow.
What the bleep?
I know.
Oh.
It's disgusting.
What do you think, Rowan?
Rowan, is that revolting?
Rowan!
I think it's revolting, not revolting.
Rowan is very uncomfortable with this.
Ugh.
It's snowing in at us. It's blowing in. That's charming. Sorry about that, Clover Dover. Just finishing off. And the goat is done and she's ready to go back. Hamish went to feed the goats. Okay, so today's Monday. On Friday, we got Clover bread. Yesterday, Mac's like, Mom, I think Jessa was trying to ride Clover, and Clover was fairly allowing it. And then, if you look on Clover's back, she's a funny angle here because she's trying to get the last bits of her grain. But she is being ridden hard by the other cows. She's got bald spots from being ridden, which is not uncommon. So she's obviously allowing it, and then this morning she has mucus, which is another sign of heat. It's like, cow, you were just in heat on Friday. I swear you were just in heat on Friday. She did this last time she was in heat. She was so odd, so all over the place, which is why we're thinking maybe she's cystic. Last time I thought a cow was cystic, she was actually just pregnant and just doing really funny things. So I'm just texting with our farmer friend who AIs for us, debating if we breed her again today and then give her a shot of something called Fertiline. I think its drug name is Factril. Fertiline's a brand name. Which is like a fertility drug that also deals with cysts. So, is she done there, Ham? Why don't you move her grain and we'll let her out then? So, I don't know, guys. We're debating what we're doing here. We have a water cistern. I've told you this before. Let's see if I can show it to you in the picture. Where is it? No, it's way over there. No, you can't quite see it. All you can see is a big concrete lid. Where we live, the water is notoriously hard, bad, low quality, low amount, all sorts of things. So the people that built our house, they put a water cistern in. They dug a well, it was no good, so then they put in a water cistern. So we get water delivered from town roughly every 3 to 4 weeks. The guy actually lives out here, but it's from town that they fill up the truck. This is a very common thing where we live for people to have. Hi, Freya. Keep going on.
Also, one time it ran out on...
Yeah, so we've had it run out a couple times because if we forget to check it properly. We forgot to check it. We have a thing that we dip. I just went to turn on the water and the pressure is very low. We are very close to running out of water. Marius just went and dipped the tank and we have 6 inches. So at a certain point, around 6 inches. Hey, Freya, can you just keep going on your math?
It was that the tank ran out.
The pump will kick off if there's too low a pressure to protect the pump, because if the pump runs when it's dry, it ruins the pump. So I just texted the water delivery guy, asking if we get water today. I just started making cheese, Asiago and feta. Thankfully, neither are washed curd cheeses, which would require me to wash the curds and need a bunch of water. So, we will hopefully get water today.
What about replace?
Thankfully, Mac had just filled up the Berkey, so we do have drinking water. We also have cases of water in the basement in case something happens and we run out of water. I was going to okay. We are not drinking out of dirty puddles with life straws. Thank you very much. Normally I would warm up the cream to make butter. I have 1.5 gallons of cream here, but I'm not gonna do that today. I'm just gonna let it sit at room temperature and then I just won't make butter till much later. Oh, also my thermometer broke and my thermometer isn't working. So we're making cheese by feel today. This is a very full pot. Let's see. It's not quite warm enough. Keep going. Stirring these feta curds. I just heard from the water delivery guy. It's about lunchtime now, and he's gonna be here by dinner. So we should make it. The water is officially not running in the house anymore. But we do have other water, and I told the kids they could go get buckets from the pond to flush the toilet with. It's never dull. Couple of Marius's. Oh, she's got a backpack and an undershirt and boots. She's ready. couple of Marius's bachelor friends are coming for dinner tonight, and we're making sushi. Thankfully, we already cooked the sushi rice. And Marius's brother Simon is coming over this afternoon for us to photograph sheep hides. Need to help him with that. Kind of feeling overwhelmed with today. I know part of it's just, I think my hormones are just not too happy right now. But I'm just feeling a little out of whack and overwhelmed more than necessary. So I'm just going to try to go easy on myself today. Give myself lots of grace. I texted Marius saying, I'm not asking you to fix anything because guys love to fix things. I'm just asking you to be understanding of the fact that I'm feeling a little depleted today. However, what can make a girl feel fancy? Some lipstick. This one is Tubes & Co. Breathless is the color. It's really not a lot. But I like it. I don't know. I don't always feel like a bright red. So while I wait for the cheese for a few minutes, I'm going to first treat myself to a dark chocolate almond butter cup. You can buy these from Costco online. They're very delicious. And I was working on Proverbs 10, so we're gonna keep going. I'm in our basement because my cheese press needed to be cleaned. I sprayed it with like a 10% bleach water solution because after my cheese press sits on the ground, like the baby will crawl into it. The goat will knock it over. Like I don't have anywhere in my house that is clean enough to trust it. So I clean it beforehand, but then I need to rinse it. So I'm using the basement sink because I'm going to show you here. So this is our pump, and you can see here it says tripped, and that's because the water pressure got too low. But our cistern is there, you can just see the concrete, and so we can get gravity feed because it comes down in here to the basement. So even after the pump has tripped, I can get a bit of gravity feed water in the basement. So that's, I filled a bucket of water with just like a few inches in some soapy water and put it in our kitchen sink so we have something to wash our hands in. I also have wet wipes on the kitchen counter. But now I'm trying to do this so I can get the Asiago in a press. My feta here, I stack them and flip them a couple times and they help each other press. I just have all sorts of random molds. This is a recipe I'm developing for my insiders. I'm adapting it. This is a 2-gallon milk batch, which will make 4 nice little wheels of feta. So feta is a nice one. It doesn't really take much equipment because you could just use like a, let's see, like this sort of container and stab a bunch of holes in it. You don't need a press or anything. Done all my stuff inside, and there's beautiful sunshine behind me, but it's pretty windy. But my grandma swears that fresh air and wind in your face will blow away your worries. So I decided to come out here. I got a jar of water and a book, and I'm just gonna sit bundled up in this wool blanket and try and let the wind refresh me before the afternoon sprint of things.
It wasn't chaotic, wouldn't be worth doing.
Oh yeah, is that so? Want to tell us what you have going on here?
Trying to prep to make sushi.
Well, point and tell me what you got.
Tuna, halibut, crab.
Don't get old, baby.
I love the flying fish egg.
But Dad always cooks the bacon nowadays. He seems to cook it longer than me.
But if you cook it thick, in the same amount of time,
Too much is too much, but not enough is no good either.
not enough bacon.
So I was working on editing a YouTube video. Oh, it's cold out here. Ah! And working on our income taxes. Taxes aren't due till the end of April in Canada. Anyhow, Marius calls. I'm like, why is he calling? Oh, okay, I need another jacket. It's way too cold out here. We were planning to castrate piglets tomorrow. But then I guess he happened to get them locked in. They were like all where he wanted to close them. They were in, the sow was out. So he quickly closed it and said, come on down, grab some iodine to clean their wounds with. We're castrating piglets. There is not many things I hate. I hate castrating piglets. Like I'm telling you, friends, I could barely handle it. It is the worst thing ever. So we blocked it off here. My mama's hanging out over there.
Anyway, whatever. There.
Oh, that was awful.
That was scarier than anything I could.
You weren't the one in there.
So I'm glad that I put a jacket on because that was cold. The ends of my fingers are very numb. I at one point tried to video and then the sound started coming in. I needed to be holding her back. That was super freaking scary. That mom is so mean. I cannot wait for her to be sausage. When Hamish was 5, he stepped on a wasp's nest and got stung like 30 times. He says what we just did was more scary.